What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we got a reaction to Radiohead, their song, Pyramid Song, versus Kendrick Lamar, How Much a Dollar Cost. An absolute heavyweight song battle brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, David. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you guys support us in any way, check out the Patreon link or the down below or the Patreon link on the end screen. We could not do it without the patrons. You give a one-time donation, one-time reaction, check out our Buy Me a Coffee page down below. Well, I've done a bunch of filming today, and I saved this for last because I knew this is just going to be, it's just going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. And David said, I have a battle between two songs that have a very similar sound, and we'll get to that once we get into the Kendrick song. But first, we've got Radiohead, Pyramid Song off the Amnesiac album in 2001. Lead single, Amnesiac's their fifth studio album in May of 2001, features piano strings, an unusual rhythm, and lyrics inspired by the Egyptian underworld and ideas of cyclical time. Reached a top 10 in 7 different national charts. It was named one of the best tracks of the decade by Rolling Stone, NME, and Pitchfork. In 2011, Rolling Stone named it the 94th best song of the decade. So that's high praise. Following the way this kind of happened, following the tour for Radiohead's third album, OK Computer, which is on the wall behind me, the songwriter, of course, Tom York, bought a house in Cornwall. He spent his time walking the cliffs and drawing, restricting his musical activity to playing his new grand piano. He wrote this and Everything in Its Right Place in the same week. He said, quote, "The chords I'm playing involve lots of black notes. You think you're being really clever playing them, but they're really simple," end quote. It was inspired by the song Freedom by the jazz musician, the great Charlie Mingus, released on the 1962 album, The Complete Town Hall Concert. Their lyrics were inspired by an exhibition of ancient Egyptian underworld art York attended while Radiohead were recording in Copenhagen, and the ideas of cyclical time found in Buddhism and discussed by Stephen Hawking. Now, the guitarist for Radiohead, Johnny Greenwood, cited this as an example of the challenge of arranging Radiohead songs. He said, "How do we not make it worse? How do we make it better than Tom just playing it by himself, which is usually quite great?" Strings on this performed by the Orchestra of St. John's in Dorchester Abbey, a 12th century church about 5 miles from Radiohead's studio in Oxfordshire, where Radiohead also recorded strings for another song, How to Disappear Completely. Greenwood instructed the players to swing in the style of jazz musicians. In a 2001 Rolling Stone interview, O'Brien said he felt Pyramid Song was Radiohead's best work. Phil Selway, another member of the band, said it ran counter to what had come before in Radiohead in a lot of ways. The constituent parts are all quite simple, but I think the way they all blend gives real depth to the song. All right, I went to 25 in Australia, 2 in Canada, 10 in Ireland, 6 in Italy, 3 in Norway, 1 in Portugal, 6 in Scotland, and 5 in the UK. I don't expect you to process all of them, just to let you know, like, it was a hit everywhere, except, of course, where I live in the United States, where Radiohead is big in a way, but they've just never had chart breakthrough. Look, I love Radiohead. I love the bands. I know that one's kind of controversial. We got reviews up of a lot of their albums. OK Computer, In Rainbows is fantastic. I like Pablo Honey, man. I do. Trey didn't give it a great grade. I like it. If you want to know more Radiohead, just type it up above and you'll see the playlist. What I didn't like, and I know I'm way in the minority here, is I don't like Kid A or Amnesiac. I've listened to them both. I listened to Kid A twice. I listened to Amnesiac once. So I heard this song once. I don't remember it. Now I'm like, what am I missing out on? It's considered one of their greatest. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, David.
nothing to fear, nothing to die.
All right, Pyramid Song. A little abstract. I mean, people have theories on it. I have a theory on it, but I'm not at all sure it's right. So I'm just going to give that theory to myself because it's probably not right because it really doesn't matter. It's such an atmospheric song. The way Tom sings, it works, man. It works. You hear it, you know it's Radiohead right away. Not just because of Tom's vocals, but especially during this time period. The atmosphere, they build atmosphere in all their songs. I mean, in Rainbows is incredibly atmospheric in a different way. But yeah, man, it's a really good song. But it's about to face down against a fire song. Kendrick Lamar, How Much a Dollar Cost, from To Pimp a Butterfly, of course, in 2015. Features the American singers James Fauntleroy and Ronald Isley. Written by Lamar, Terrence Martin, Joseph Lineberg, Rose McKinney, Fauntleroy, and Isley, and produced by Love Drug. Lyrically, talks about Lamar's encounter with a beggar, which you're going to get, who later reveals himself to be God. Then U.S. President Barack Obama said it was his favorite song of 2015. In an interview with MTV, Kendrick said it was a true story. He elaborated, "These are moments in my life deeper than just handing somebody a dollar. These are actual elements of integrity, actually being able to talk to somebody. Me talking to him was simply a thank you from God. And I felt God speaking through him to get at me," end quote. The biographer Marcus J. Moore says the song is in fact inspired by an encounter Lamar had with a homeless man asking for 10 rand at a gas station during a visit in Cape Town, South Africa. When asked about the song's message by TMZ, Lamar said, "Help as many people as you can if you want to live forever." Many fans have suspected the song interpolates the piano on, yeah, you guessed it, the Pyramid Song by Radiohead. However, Radiohead are not credited anywhere on the liner notes. I guess if they really thought that, there probably would have been a lawsuit. Maybe not even from Radiohead, but from the record company. And that's really about it. It went to 27 on the UK hip hop R&B songs, and number 4 on the U.S. hot R&B hip hop songs. We did a reaction to this song back in February of 2020. My wife and Gina, I did. It's the only time I've ever heard this song. It has about 60,000 views. I just remember how powerful this song is. I remember the song. I don't remember like the arrangement of it. I remember what the song's about. This song is freaking incredible. It's why Kendrick's won a Pulitzer. There's another musician that's won a Pulitzer by the name of Mr. Bob Dylan, and that's it. So I know there's people out, I don't want to get on a rant here, and I guess I am a little bit. There's people out here who dismiss hip hop and stuff. You find me a better lyricist this century than Kendrick Lamar. I'll wait. Find me one. Don't dismiss it if you don't like hip hop. Like, this guy is a lyrical genius, and I don't throw around that word very often, so that's quite the buildup. You got the song moves fast, though, as you can well imagine, so you got to really track. Let's go.
How much a dollar really costs? The question is detrimental, paralyzed in my thoughts. Parasites in my stomach keep me with a gut feeling, y'all. Gotta see how I'm chilling once I park this luxury car. Hopping out feeling big as Mutombo. 20 on pump 6, 30 Marcellus called me Dumbo. 20 years ago, can't forget. Now I can lend them my ear or two. How to stack these residuals tenfold. The liberal concept that men do. 2006, it didn't hear me. Indigenous African, only spoke Zulu. My American tongue was lyric. Walked out the gas station, a homeless man with a sandy tan complexion. Asked me for 10 rand, stressing about dry land. Deep water, powder blue skies that crack open. A piece of crack that he wanted. I knew he was smoking, he begged and pleaded. Asked me to feed him twice, I didn't believe it. Told him beat it. Contributed money just for his pipe, I couldn't see it. He said, my son, temptation is one thing that I've defeated. Listen to me, I want a single bill from you. Nothing less, nothing more. I told him I didn't have it, then closed my door. Tell me how much a dollar cost. He's staring at me in disbelief. My temper is building. He's staring at me. I grabbed my key. He's staring at me. I started the car, then I tried to leave. But something told me to keep it in park until I could see the reason why he was mad at a stranger. Like I was supposed to save him. Like I'm the reason he homeless and asking me for a favor. He's staring at me. His eyes follow me with no laser. He's staring at me. I noticed that his stare is contagious. Cause now I'm staring back at him, feeling some type of disrespect. If I could throw a bat at him, he'd be aiming at his neck. I never understood someone begging for goods, asking for handouts, taking it if they could. And this particular person just had it down pat, staring at me for the longest until he finally asked, have you ever opened up Exodus 14? A humble man is all that we ever need. Tell me how much a dollar cost. Tripping and feeling resentment. I never met a transient that demanded attention. They got me frustrated, indecisive, and power tripping. Sour emotions got me looking at the universe different. I should distance myself, I should keep it relentless. My selfishness is what got me here, who the fuck I'm kidding? So I'ma tell you like I told the last bum, crumbs and pennies, I need all of mine. And I recognize this type of panhandling all the time. I got better judgment, I know when niggas hustling. Keep in mind, when I was struggling, I did compromise. Now I comprehend, I smell grandpa's soul medicine reeking from your skin. Moonshine and gin, nigga you're babbling, your words ain't flattering. I'm imagining Denzel, but looking at old Neil. Cause I'm in sad thrills, your gimmick is mediocre. The jig is up, I seen you from a mile away losing focus. And I'm insensitive, and I lack empathy. He looked at me and said, your potential is bittersweet. I looked at him and said, every nickel is mine to keep. He looked at me and said, know the truth, it'll set you free. You're looking at the Messiah, the Son of Jehovah, the higher power, the choir that spoke the word, the Holy Spirit, the nerve of Nazareth. And I tell you just how much a dollar cost. The price of having a spot in heaven. Embrace your loss, I am God.
I washed my hands, I said my grace. What more do you want from me? Tears of a cloud Guess I'm not all what it's meant to be. Shades of gray will never change if I condone. Turn this page, help me change to right my wrong.
Okay, that song may be better than what I remember. Like lyrically, it's insane, and it does play the story out. Guy approaches him. He's trying to get gas in a foreign land. You know, he's in South Africa. They don't speak his language. He talks about that. Guy asks him for that. He looks at the guy. He knows he's going to smoke it in a crack pipe, basically. He kind of sums this guy up because now I can't do it. Gets in the car. Guy's staring at him. He can't figure out why the guy's staring at him, but the stare he said is contagious because now he's staring back at the guy. He says if he had a bat, it'd be in the back of the guy's neck. And so then the guy starts telling him how it is. I'm going to go to this part. I mean, I could read you this whole song. I think I probably did in that song reaction almost, but I'm trying to not do that here. So he tells him at the end of verse 2, asking for handouts, taking it if they could. And this particular person just had it down pat, staring at me for the longest until we finally asked, have you ever opened up Exodus 14? A humble man is all that we ever need. Tell me how much $1 costs. Because when Kendrick got back in the car at the end of verse 1, he said, tell me how much $1 costs. And then James Fauntleroy comes in with that chorus, that difference. And then verse 3, Kendrick starts feeling convicted, right? He says he's guilty and feeling resentment. I never met a transient that demanded attention. They got me frustrated, indecisive, and power tripping. Sour emotions got me looking at the universe different. I should distance myself. I could keep it relentless. So he's telling him my selfishness is what got me here. Who the F am I kidding? So I'm going to tell you what, like I told the last bum, crumbs and pennies, I need all of mine. And just saying he basically recognized this guy is hustling. And he looked at me and said, your potential is bittersweet. I looked at him and said, every nickel is mine to keep. He looked at me and said, know the truth. It'll set you free. You're looking at the Messiah, the Son of Jehovah, the higher power. The choir that spoke the word, the Holy Spirit, the nerve of Nazareth. And I tell you how much $1 costs, the price of having a spot in heaven. Embrace your loss. I am God. And then Ronald Isley comes in and I wash my hands. I said my grace. What more do you want from me? Tears of a clown. Guess I'm not all that it's all meant to be. Shades of gray will never change if I condone. Turn this page. Help me change to right my wrongs. This song is incredibly powerful and an introspective tune that whether you're a Christian or not, and I am, and Kendrick is, because he writes about it all the time. Whether you're that or not, this is a human being. This song should have you really, really self-reflect. If it doesn't, you're probably watching the wrong channel, man, because this is fantastic stuff. You might not like the style of music, you might, whatever, but this song's fantastic. So now we got to get to a winner. And the idea of a song battle is somebody's got to win. And I didn't do a very good job of building up the drama in this one at all. Radiohead song, Pyramid song. It's a good song. It's a really good song. This song, how much $1 cost? Kendrick, by far the winner. It's fantastic. You know, so many people have come to Kendrick through Not Like Us to where he gets really, really mainstream. He always had incredible success before that, but you got to go back and listen to his stuff. Like this guy, the lyrical genius he had in that song to go after Drake, he uses for stuff like this. Like it's so freaking good. So go back and check it out. We do have a review up of Good Kid, Mad City, his first album. We were going to review this album. We just never made around to filming it, Trey and I, because my son Trey is a huge Kendrick fan. Been to 2 of his concerts. Went to one several months ago here in Dallas. Was sitting basically, spent a good chunk of his a little bit of money he had saved up to sit towards the front because he said it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So very familiar with Kendrick, but Trey's an expert. But fantastic choice here from David. Let me know who you think won down below. Give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, I will see ya.